Hey, welcome World Entertainment. Jumanji 4 is officially underway. Yep, production has begun and we have our first behind the scenes image that shows us the cast reunited in a very different setting. And this is quite telling for what to expect with this movie, because we ain't in the jungles anymore. So let's take a look at what the article says and what we know about this upcoming movie. Of course, they're titling it on this article as Jumanji 3. It's in fact Jumanji 4, but I understand what they mean with the new take. It is the third one with this cast. But it says the first look at Jumanji 4 has been revealed, showing Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan and Jack Black back together on set for the final film in the hit franchise. Which I think is funny that they're trying to say this is definitely the last one, because we all know if this thing makes a crap ton of money, yeah, they're gonna make more. Maybe not with this cast, but they're probably definitely gonna make more. So Karen Gillan posted on Instagram, "Shit just got real. Hashtag Jumanji. Hashtag we're back." So Dwayne Johnson released a new behind the scenes video as he drove to the set in Los Angeles, confirming production is fully underway. He said the cast recently reunited for the first table read and that filming will take place entirely in LA, a first for the modern Jumanji movies, which previously shot in Hawaii and Atlanta. The actor also reiterated that this will be the final installment of the franchise and hinted that the story will include a tribute to the late Robin Williams and the original 95 film. I'm curious as to what way they're going to do that, because they did that with the first one of their movies. If you remember, they put in the house. I'm pretty sure it was the house, wasn't it? With the address and stuff, and they did reference his character in that movie. So the newly released photo shows Johnson, Hart, Gillan and Black back in costume as their Jumanji avatars: Dr. Smolder Bravestone, Franklin Mouse Finbar, Ruby Roundhouse and Professor Shelley Oberon, standing together on a downtown street. Karen Gillan shared her excitement online, joking that the group is so back, while fans flooded social media celebrating the return of the full team. Jumanji 3 is directed by Jake Kasdan and written by Kasdan, Jeff Pinkner and Scott Rosenberg. The film is set for release on December 11th, 2026 from Sony Pictures. My good God, is December 2026 gonna be a stacked month. Think of it, we're now gonna have Jumanji 4, we're gonna have, providing it sticks to it and doesn't get pushed again, Avengers Doomsday, and Avatar 5? 4? What bloody number are we up to with Avatar? Whichever new Avatar will be out then as well. Plus whatever else is to come and get announced for next year. So December next year is gonna be stacked right now. And it's gonna be hilarious because two of them, of course, are gonna be Disney projects, and one is gonna eat into the other, which of course will be Avatar. Avatar will destroy Doomsday. But yeah, the idea that it seems that they're going to be filming in the streets. So what is the game this time? How are they going to get in here this time? And what way is it going to work? Of course, the other question then is, are they all playing the same characters? And what I mean by that is, if you remember in the last Jumanji movie, what was the last one called? That one wasn't Welcome to the Jungle, was it? Whichever the last one was. Kevin Hart didn't play the character he was, which was the guy Fridge in, well, that was his nickname. He ended up playing Danny Glover's old man character. Jack Black, he was normally meant to be the girl, and I believe he was Fridge. Karen Gillan's character was the only one who remained the same, and of course The Rock was Danny DeVito's character, and that was the structure they did to make it different that time around. Whereas in this one, it seems to be that they're probably going to be their normal characters that they played the first time around, but a city or urban, I suppose we should say, setting, which I think would be interesting. It'll be curious to see what they do and how they do something different, but also familiar, but different enough that you're not just going, oh, they're just doing the same thing again. Because we know the reason they went back into the game in the last movie is because the kid who The Rock played in the first one, isn't he Spencer? Isn't that what he was called? He wanted to get back into that world because he wanted to be The Rock into that character. What was he called? Bravestone? He wanted to be Bravestone again. And he ended up not being that character when he went back in. So it'll be interesting to see what it is that brings them into the game this time around. Again, the fact that it seems to be this setting with the city and stuff, I'm curious then how exactly they're going to do this tribute to Robin Williams and the original movie. Because they were in just a kind of a township, weren't they, in the first movie? I don't really remember the first. I didn't actually like the first movie when it came out. I know, Troll, I hate this way. I didn't. It wasn't for me. It didn't work for me. I do like these newer ones. I suppose I should really go back and rewatch the original movie to see if it's grown on me at all. But I just remember they were in a township. I don't think they were in a big city, were they? I'm not sure. If you know and remember, let me know in the comments. But I don't remember them being in a big city or anything. Of course, they were in the house. And it was a board game as opposed to a video game this time around. Which I don't remember. Did they ever explain how it ended up being a video game as opposed to being the board game? I don't recall them asking that question. I could be very wrong. I probably have to just go back and rewatch all of these things. But I remember Tom Hanks' son. He's in it. Or he's the character that one of the Jonas brothers, I'm not sure which, is it Nick, I think. He was the guy in the world, in the game. He was, obviously when they took him out of the game, it was actually Tom Hanks' son. He was the connection kind of to the first movie. Wasn't he in the place where it had the sign that was the reference to the original movie? I think that's the way that operated, but I can't remember whether he said he came through via the board game or just a computer game, because of course the new version is they got sucked in through the video game. And of course, because they smashed up the game at the end of their first movie, that's why it didn't work the same way when they went back in the next time. That's why the characters were flipped around, that was where the interesting part came in. But it'll be interesting to see what they do and how they do it. And again, it's funny that they're saying this is definitely the last movie, because again, if this thing makes a shit ton of money, yes, probably not going to be the last movie. They're probably going to go, yeah, we can get another one out of this. Maybe not with this cast, but who knows? But of course, would it work without this cast? Because this cast is what's really kind of pulling people in. It'll be interesting. But what do you guys think? Are you excited for at least one more adventure in Jumanji? What do you think about this new setting? And of course, do let me know if you remember what the setting was for the original movie. Let me know in the comments. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.